Guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the final part on 9.1.6 with Ruinous Ritual, Loose Cannon, Steady Perseverance, and Transistor as the nodes. The defenders are going to be Adam Warlock, Nimrod, Hulkling, Stryfe, Infamous Ironman, Annihilus, and rounding off with Orochi the final time we're going to face her. The best champions here are going to be your Mystic champions, preferably with Stagger or Lifesteal to help you against the stun immunity. But I've given you a bunch of options that you can use. Also, there is a very nasty Nimrod here. So if you have a really good anti-robotic champion that you have as a 7-star rank 3, bring him in because that will make the fight shorter on that Nimrod. Apart from that, the top options are going to be Juggernaut. This path is made for Juggernaut. And there is also going to be Absman. He's going to take a few nasty fights for you. So even if you have a 6-star version, bring him in. Kushala is amazing here, and Wiccan is also a good option. For your boosted masteries, just the regular ones, nothing really difficult there. And the boss we're going to attempt is going to be Cheese with Magneto with 200% mutant and 12% mutant to make sure that we get her down. So let's jump into the path and check it out, guys. First fight is going to be against an Adam Warlock, and I'm going to use a Juggernaut here. Juggernaut is just built for this path. Now remember, because of Steady Perseverance, whenever this defender will use a special attack, they will get stun immunity. So if you keep up those staggers, you can nullify that stun immunity, and Juggernaut is just amazing. All you need to do with Juggernaut is to play with your right thumb when it comes to evading back, because that will help you keep up your maximum momentum. And then every now and then use your striker with you have extra spirit gain, and you can throw a heavy attack to refresh the Daunted debuff. The Daunted debuff will push the attacker to throw the SP1, and you can easily evade that. Go back in, use a striker, use a heavy attack that will apply the debuff on him again for the Daunted, make him push an SP1. And when he throws that SP1, the loose cannon node will be removed for 25 seconds, the protection of it, and you can kill off with an SP2. The next defender is going to be a really nasty one, probably the nastiest one in 9.16. That is going to be a very crazy Nimrod. He has a lot of health, and he takes a lot to take, especially with the protection. He takes forever. Now I could just bring in Juggernaut and take this fight with him, but I have to show you different options. So I'm going to use a Kushala here, and what I'm trying to do here is to throw an SP2 into an SP1 and get those both of those Soul Barb and the Incinerate sub. Every time Nimrod uses special attack, the loose cannon protection goes down. So the difficult part here is going to be the Unstoppable from Nimrod. So I would suggest instead of using a Mystic champion, if you have a champion that is anti-robotic and is a high 7-star rank 2 or a 7-star rank 3, use that champion. That will work. So champions like Gamora or champions like Venompool or King Groot, all of these champions work really well against Nimrod, so you can use them. They might work better. I don't have any of those champions ranked up, although I should rank one up now after this fight. But I think anti-robotic champions will work better. Again, I haven't tried them, but once you use anti-robotic champion, they're also going to disable the nodes. So all of this Unstoppable and all of these extra shenanigans will not occur. So yeah, that might be the better way to go. But if you don't have anybody, it will take you quite a bit of time. So when he throws the special, he is going to take down his protection of loose cannon. So you do 100% damage. And with every special, he's also going to have Steady Perseverance. So he's going to get stun immunity depending on how many buffs he has. So our job is to keep using the striker, keep the Daunted debuff up. That will taunt the defender to throw more specials. The more special he throws, the more faster the loose cannon protection will go down, and the more damage we can do. While this is quite a slow fight and it's taking forever, but it works out in the end. You can bring in other champions as well. Some good champions that can work for this fight can be your Absman, because he can totally remove the Unstoppable because of his ability. You can also use a Mojo here because he can also reduce the timer on your buffs. and convert them into degen. That is also a good option. And any champion with a slow like Sorcerer Supreme should work as well. So quite a few different mystic options are there that you can use. You can also use a Dragon Man and keep Nimrod corner, but with the special that might be a bit difficult to do. But yeah, you can fetch around check around the options and you can find a good one. One option that can really work here is going to be your Hood. With all of his staggers, he will work really well here too. So I'm using Kushala. The idea here was to give him a lot of buffs and use that soul buff against him. Something I would do with the Modo as well. So once you have this Nimrod down, I will see you on the next fight. Don't worry if this fight takes too long. It is supposed to, because Nimrod here is just annoying as hell. Next defender is going to be a Hulkling. I'm going to bring in a Wiccan here because Wiccan is just a direct counter to Hulkling. The same what we need to do what we did for Nimrod fight. We are going to push Hulkling to an SP1, let him throw that out, and then the protection goes down from loose cannon, and we'll keep our Fate Seal up and let him get more buffs. All the buffs will be converted into Incinerate and he will take damage, and we will just simply try to activate all of our spells. So there's a heavy attack, there's already an Incinerate active and a Fate Seal active, so slowly we're gonna build to that. Then dash back and hold our block, that is spell number 4, and just spam your SP2s and we're good to go. So yeah, that is the whole thingy. Just make sure that you keep throwing a heavy in between after a striker, so that the Daunted debuff is there, because it's hard to throw out a heavy attack when you don't have a striker equipped. But with Wiccan it's not a problem, he can block unblockable attacks, so he should be okay. And because there are so many buffs on Hulkling, he is just melting away with Wiccan's Fate Seal. So the important thing is keep the Fate Seal up, the buffs will do the rest. Now other options that can work here, it can be your Mojo again, because you can remove those buffs very quick and convert them into degen. Absman is also another good option that can work really nicely here, or you can bring in somebody like a Longshot. So quite a few options available. Check which one works best for you. I just had a Wiccan dupe, so I brought him at level 1 to take out this Hulkling. Next fight is going to be against a Stryfe. I'm going to use a Juggernaut again because there's no debuff that Stryfe can apply on me, so I can really run crazy with my Unstoppable. So I'm going to try to do the same, quickly build up my Spirit Meter, throw a Striker, and then within the Striker use a heavy attack that will apply Daunted debuff on the opponent. and that will push him to throw a special attack. As soon as he throws a special attack, he is going to remove his protection for a little while, and that will be my window of opportunity to go in and throw in a special attack and do a lot of damage. Now I am duxing with my right finger to keep the maximum unstoppables and the maximum momentum on myself, so you might need to do a little practice for that, but this lane is just tailor-made for Juggernaut. If you have a Juggernaut, just bring in, he will just clear up everything for you. So here we are, waiting for another special from him, from Stryfe. So here goes down his protection, going in with the striker, and just like that, very quick fight, and Stryfe is down. Fight number 4 is going to be an infamous Ironman. We're going to use a Juggernaut again just to go very quick, and we are up to maximum unstoppable again. And now we're going to evade with our right finger. We're going to dex with that, get that SP2 out. We have the Daunted debuff on him, so he should be throwing it out. There we go. Loose cannon protection is down. Let's throw a big SP2. Well, not big enough because our unstoppable got removed. So we're gonna go try again. Here is the striker, heavy attack. Wait for him to throw a special. So you throw an SP1. We're going back in now because he has an aura of iron. He cannot be knocked down. He's gonna resist the last hit, but that's okay. He has an SP1 again. He'll do the same thing. So the whole thing about this path is to keep using your striker, keep getting that Daunted up, and keep using a heavy attack to refresh the Daunted. So that will push the opponent to throw their specials, and when they do throw the special, the protection will go down, and that is your opportunity where you go and you throw special and do some huge damage. So just there I had a critical of 25,000. So this is how this node works, and once you get used to it, it is actually quite fun. Still one of the longest paths of 9.1, not really the most fun parts, but you do find some champions that work really well. For me it was Juggernaut. The rotation just really sits nicely with the nodes, so Juggernaut is MVP for the path. So just go in, throw your specials. There we go, look at that damage, and bait down special attacks, and then you can go back in, then use a striker here, and then you can throw a heavy attack or continue with an SP2 if the protection is still down. And just like that, you'll be able to bring down famous Ironman. Remember that when he will be regening, you won't be able to throw any sort of SP2 or any sort of specials. So just wait it out and you should be good. And you should be able to take out the infamous Ironman. Both of his specials are easily evadable. So there's nothing like really difficult about this fight. I just pushed him to a red bar and then threw my SP2 and barely took him out. But Juggernaut is such a machine for this path. And next up we have an Annihilus, and we're gonna go with an Absorbing Man. So you really need to bring in a good counter from the beginning. As I've mentioned in the start of the video, that you need to bring a good counter to Annihilus, otherwise he will really annoy you. So for me it's Absorbing Man because he reduces the time on the unstoppable. But if you do backdraft intercepts, you don't need to really worry much about it, and you should be good. SP1s with heavy attack should do the trick against Annihilus. Once you have enough of those charges, you can go medium, light, medium, and you can give him the vulnerability and you can start attacking him. So just here a striker, heavy attack into SP1, easy peasy. So Absorbing Man is a tailor-made counter for Annihilus, so should be able to take him down. So again, all you need to do is to keep an eye on the loose cannon icon. Once it's gray, the defender will take full damage. If it's purple, so you have to bait out the special from Annihilus, and the way you do that is you use a striker on him, and that applies a Daunt debuff, and Daunt debuff is like a taunt that will push the attacker to throw a special attack, and you can refresh it with your heavies. So that's how it works, and the rest of the fight is pretty straightforward. You need to know how to do backdraft intercepts for this fight, otherwise this fight is going to be really tough for you. It's not one of the easier fights of the 9.1.6, but yeah, it's still doable. So just like that, Annihilus is down to 15%. I've got quite a bit of armor breaks that have been converted into my charges. So I'm just gonna throw a medium, light, medium somewhere in, and then throw my SP1 and take him out. And finally, we have the boss. We are going to cheese the boss. This is a method shared by UKM, unofficial command mic. If you haven't checked this channel out, make sure you do. Amazing work. So I saw him on his channel. I thought, you know what? Let me do a cheese method on the last video of 9.1.6. So the way this works, essentially, you bring in a Magneto with 200 mutant and 12% mutant boost. And then you play like normal and let Orochi throw an SP1. That's very important. Anytime Orochi throws a special attack, it gives you an opening to do a parry, to do a heavy attack, so you can gain that prowess. Our goal is to get to an SP3 by having all of those prowesses, so we can do some good damage in one SP3, and we can keep throwing that SP3 over and over again to get through all the phases, and that is the cheese. So right here again, waiting for him to throw an SP1. There we go. We used a heavy attack, and we have 5 now. Again, Orochi throws an SP1, 6. So just like that, the build up is slow, but then the kill is very fast. Once we get to 30, once we get to 30 or 40 of those prowesses, Magneto just uses one SP3, he gets back full power. Then he uses another SP3, he gets back full power. So it's just SP3 over an SP3, and Orochi has dies go to the another phase, then dies go to the next phase. So yeah, it's a really amazing cheese. So great job UKM for finding it out. So we have built up 8 prowesses now. That is number 9. Got an intercept there. This is going to be number 10, and now we are ready to throw the special. I'm gonna wait out another special attack from Orochi, SP1, and while she is coming down from her animation, I'll be charging my heavy to get to 20 charges. So just here, that's a charge heavy, up to 20 charges, charge again, 41, and there goes my SP3. Now because Orochi is a metal champion, she will take all the damage, and just like that, we are going to phase number 2. We won SP3. Now you will notice straight away, I still have 3 bars of power because of the skill boost 200 we used. So we just rinse and repeat that, and we are able to kill out Orochi from all 6 phases. Nothing else to do. Remember to charge every now and then to keep your prowess up, but other than that, pretty straightforward and pretty easy cheese that you can do. Difficult part will be only to build up the prowess, and rest should be just SP3s along the way. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I've just sped it up, and because it's the same thing over and over again. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below, and I would love to hear from you guys. And we will be doing war videos as well in 9.1.5, so stay tuned to the channel, and I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.